Hi, it's Jake again. I'm currently at the hospital and I'm about to get a pulmonary function test from a respiratory therapist. So this is what this thing is, and this is what we're about to do.
There's an mouthpiece.
Do you have no place?
You guys do these so many times, I don't even really need to be here. Big breath in. Blast. Push, 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 push. Big breath in. Good, you can come off. Take the clip off.
I have to wear this mask when I'm walking down the hall so that I don't catch anything from anyone else that's here right now. So that's just what we're doing right now. I just met with my care team, which included a social worker, a dietitian, a physiotherapist, and we gotta film quickly because I think I know someone's about to come in and do a throat swab, which is just to check for stuff somewhere having to do with something.
Come in. And do you like to use the tongue depressor or just
No, I can do it with just the thing.
Good. You got a good one, didn't you?
So, since the break from last time and this time, I lost a bit of weight, so I need to change the way I'm eating, which is going to involve more of my diet drinks, I guess, or in lives, so that I can gain a bit more weight, because I need to not be skinny. As skinny as I am. As skinny as I am. Holy. Hi, I'm Jake, and I'm back to talk about more medical stuff. This time I'm going to be covering stuff like why I haven't been to school for maybe the past 2 years, other stuff that's happened in the last 2 years, some things that are better with me now, and some things that are worse with me now, and liver problems. Starting off with the school. I think the main reason I've missed a lot of school is just because, I mean, I could go to school when I'm sick, like just with cystic fibrosis, because that's all in lungs and that's not really contagious. So I don't really think that's too much of a problem, and I can't really affect anyone around me unless they also have CF. But it's stuff like C. diff, which I got 2 years ago in the hospital. I'll talk more about that later, but that's a problem with school, being the upset stomach, because it really messes with your stomach. That's what it is, as far as I know. So that was a big reason that I didn't go to school, because since I've had it for 2 years, obviously I haven't really been to school for 2 years. I've been to a couple days here and there, but that's really it. But let's say I'm working on a project and I'm like 90% done, and I take it with me to Calgary and finish it there. And when I come back, I feel so gross, I can't go to school, and by the time I actually get back to school, if I get back to school, it's too late, the project's late, it's due or whatever, and it's not worth my time, because I've got enough stuff going on here. I don't want school to be a whole nother problem. I caught C. diff in the hospital a while ago. I don't know a lot about it. Well, I knew I had it, but I didn't know what it was, so I didn't really care. I just figured, okay, if I gotta go to the hospital, I'll go to the hospital, get it over with. But it ended up being bigger than I thought it was. I'm sure whoever was dealing with it, and my parents knew it was a big deal. And it's not like they hid it from me. I don't want to make it sound like that. It's just I didn't really care too much, so I didn't bother to try and figure out what it was. And we ended up having to go to Calgary a couple of times. And the last time, I don't know if you know how you fix that or not, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, so in Calgary we talked to people and they figured out the way to fix C. diff, which is a fecal transplant. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's when they take someone else's poop and put it in you, and hopefully they mix something with the poo or whatever. I don't know how it works. I just know that I got it done. So I went to Calgary to get that done. We have family up there, so it was they were super helpful. If you're watching, thanks a crap ton, pun intended. We talked to doctors or whatever, and they talked about doing this transplant. And at first it was talked about as poo pills. So they would put together a pill. This, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if this is right, but this is, as far as my knowledge goes, of what I thought was going to happen, is they'd mix together whatever, put it in a pill, I'd swallow the pill, and it would start to fix whatever was going on with my C. diff. But since I got liver problems, or some reason I couldn't take it, so I didn't, and we had to get a fecal transplant instead. So the way that works, it's a really stinky process. Is, like I said, they take someone else's poo and something else and mix it together, and they put a tube of sorts up in you. That doesn't feel good, but they put it up in you and they shoot whatever needs to get in there, and then that'll start to fix whatever is going on. But obviously I think anyone in my position would be like, yeah, I don't want that, that's not fun, so why not just get the pills? And that's because of my liver. So now that we're done talking about poo, I'm going to talk about my liver. And my liver was, I don't really know how long it's been a problem, probably 3 years now. So the liver was the main reason for a while that I wasn't going to school, is because it was really painful. I had to be on a morphine for pain because it was like collapse, rolling around in pain, like can't even move, have to sit on the couch all day. Really fun, really great stuff. It was a good time. But after a while I got like a couple surgeries on it, and I have some pills, or one pill that helps me with it, and that I don't know what it does, so I'm not going to try and explain what it does. But for the most part it's better now, my liver. But after my liver started to get better, it was my stomach, and then it was back and forth, and then all at once, or not at all. So when it was not at all, I was too worried to go to school, because I was afraid, oh, I might have an attack, or oh, I might poo. So I didn't really bother going to school, and I guess it's the same now. I'm still kind of worried something might happen, but being that after the fecal transplant, I've been feeling a lot better stomach-wise, and after all the liver stuff, I kind of feel better in my liver. I would like to go to school, but I don't. I would like to, but I don't want to. I don't know if that makes sense, because I'm just worried something might happen while I'm there. But for the most part, I'm feeling better now. The gallbladder was also a pretty big problem. It it was just, if not more, as painful as the liver. And it was, I think it was the same kind of pain. I don't really know how to explain it unless you've had it, you know. But a lot of people compare liver stones and gallstones to giving birth, but you know, I guess I'll have to figure that out when I have a baby. But they ended up doing that surgery, like I said last time, just to get rid of my gallbladder. So then it's like, oh yeah, I can go back to school. No, my liver. Oh yeah, I can go back to school because my liver's better. Oh no, my stomach. So now I'm just waiting to see what'll happen, and hopefully my stomach is better. If not, we'll see what we can do. But I think for the most part my liver's better, and I guess that's all I have to say for right now. Bye bye. All this stuff is my therapy stuff. To start, this little thing here is hypertonic saline. It's just like salty water, I guess. I don't really know what it is, but anyways, I'll put it through the cap of this, which is I'm actually not sure what that's called. Anyways, you'll see the liquid in there. I don't know if I have any in there right now, but you'll turn this thing on, you plug the hose in, and it'll put pressure through that little hole right there, through the hose into the bottom of that, and it'll turn somehow on the inside. Something does something and turns it into a sort of mist that I can inhale. Basically, it loosens up whatever is inside my lungs, and that's the first part. But then I have to go on to the PEP. This is pretty simple. You just through this thing, and it loosens up whatever's on the inside for the final stage, and then I guess I'm supposed to huff and cough it up. So that's pretty much my therapy, and I'll go show you my meds next. Before I move on to my meds, I'm going to show you how my therapy works. So actually that one's dirty. I'll take the thing, I'll squeeze the magic juice into the top, and then after that's full of the juice, which is taking forever to come out, I will plug this magic hose right here into this, plug my nose, and then this loud thing is gonna come on, and basically this is what I do for my therapy. Then I move on to my PEP, so I guess I'll show my PEP next. I'm not done that. It's not that quick. I usually do that. In total, it probably takes 15 minutes or so, so I'll just do that for 10 minutes and then this for 5. But what I'll do for this is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like kind of holes in this like belt that goes around it, and those are like settings, I guess, and I have it set on the second lowest. And what that little hole there is, it measures how much pressure or however much air you're getting out and then in, so it's supposed to work your lungs, I guess, to loosen up whatever is inside. So that I'll just do like this. So these are my pills. This is the daily amount of pills that I take. These are my enzymes, and that's my enzyme bottle. It's almost empty because I have to take that many pretty much every day. That bottle is these orange ones, which are my MVWs. They're for my stomach, I'm pretty sure. The white ones are Ursodile, they're for my liver. These are lansoprazole, I'm not sure what they're for. And I've got one of these for like my weekly amount. You can see all the mornings are full and the night times. And this this thing isn't alive. I'm supposed to drink them to help me gain weight because I need to gain weight. So that's pretty much all my pills. I would have done more filming, but I haven't been feeling good for the last couple of days, so I'm not going to.
Survive.